Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're going to be working with some Botania and also finishing up our automation on our mob farm. So, I hope you guys are ready. So, today we're going to be doing quite a few things. I went ahead and extended these platforms here, as you can see, giving us a lot more space so I'm not so cramped and I can actually get a lot of things done, which I'm super excited for. As you can see, I've upgraded these. These are now setting at tier 6 now, producing about 16,000 a second is what it's producing, which is pretty decent. As you can see, we have 24 million. This is an update. We did go ahead and update to a newer pack version. Did go up once, so some changes have been added. I kind of want to go over some of those cool things. So, Project EX even had another update. There are now these Bonsai Pot Flowers that are basically the large-scale forms of these, power flowers that I talked about last episode, where you can wrap basically this same top setup here, because inside, of course, is the matter relay. You could wrap one of these with this on all sides, and that would be considered a power flower. Well, you can now actually craft a power flower that takes up 1 block space and is a lot more friendly for servers. This is really great. Server TPS friendly, generates EMC only once a second, but it'll produce the equivalent of what this power flower would have created had you made it out of that specific tier. Super awesome. Also, the Stone Transmutation tablet has been added. This is a new feature. This tablet basically gives you lower tier resources, or at least is what it's planned for. So in future packs, maybe you could start off a pack with the Stone Transmutation table and leaving you with limited access to certain items that can be used in this table, whereas this one has everything. So the Stone table, let's take a look at it. I did go ahead and make it just to see what it was like. But the Stone Transmutation table, pretty interesting. As you can see, it has some lower tier items in it. This isn't exactly, I'm sure, what is planned to be in here. As you can see, there's ore and stuff. This would all be set up dependent on probably the user settings in the config, and kind of have a config for it. But it's a pretty decent idea. I really do like that idea. All right, so I want to get this grass over here. This is something that I want to work on. Like I said, we have a couple things I want to do. One being Botania. Botania is going to be started today, which would be kind of cool. Also, preparing our EMC and also managing our mob farm system down here. We are going to make that a little bit easier. So as you can see, I want to get this turned to grass. I can't do that by turning it to sand. It'll fall if it's sand. So I'll turn it to stone, and then from stone, turn it back into grass. So just basically 2 clicks, and you get yourself some grass over here. I could, of course, turn the whole thing into grass, but that's just going to take some time. It'll happen naturally. By the way, if anybody didn't notice, it's always sunny here. It is always daytime. That wasn't something I did. That's just how the pack is, which I absolutely love. There's nothing worse about doing a Let's Play, and all of a sudden, it gets dark, and you're like, sorry guys, I gotta cut, I gotta sleep. Oh man, I just don't have to worry about that in this pack. Love that. So, alright, we're gonna go ahead and get this done. And with Botania, I think I'm gonna go grassless to an extent. You may be wondering, why are you putting grass here? I haven't actually figured that out yet. I just thought it would be kind of decent with this shape that I went with. So I started with a 9x9 here, and then I went to the middle and started another 9x9, went to the middle of that one, started a 9x9, met in the center, and then I have this little room here. Eventually there might be some walls up, and we'll kind of build off from there and make these actual rooms and such. So I think it's going to look pretty good whenever we're done. So, getting started, the north side. I do have my mini-map turned on. Let's go ahead and turn that off. This is the north side, though. This stuff is going to get moved. But I kind of want to start with Botania, and I'm going to need a little bit of grass to do that. And let's get some dye. This will be some of those things like you can't really EMC too much. Of course, EMC is going to help, but a lot of stuff in Botania is just not obtainable. So we need red, or actually we can use any dye, right? I mean, red is going to be just fine. And I think it's bone meal. And we can combine that and get ourselves some floral fertilizer. Awesome. I'm going to get a bunch of this stuff. There we go. Also, I wish there was a way. I mean, I could make a swapping one later on, I guess. I wish there was a better way for me to get these flowers, because I think... Oh, no, they work on dirt as well. Okay, I thought they only worked on maybe specific things, but I guess not. And I wonder if the petals are EMCable. I bet they are. Yes, they do have EMC value. So let's go ahead and turn all of these... There we go. Into their respective petals. And of course, that will allow us to pull them out of our EMC table. Some people were saying, you know, I don't like EMC packs because it's super boring. I'm always stuck inside the transmutation table. Well, technically, you could try and do this pack without EMC if you really wanted to. There's definitely going to be some merit to that. Let's go ahead and throw all that in there. I mean, if that was something you really wanted to do, I mean, go for it. For me, I will go with the EMC because I actually like it. So, cobble, something we're going to need, and a flower petal. What is it? What would we call it? It's not flower. Isn't it a petal? Yeah. PET. I was going PED. It's not petal, it's petal. Oh man, you can see where my, like, the way I pronounce things runs into my spelling of things. Alright, so I guess we can use some white, doesn't really matter. We're going to make ourselves a Petal Apothecary. Just like that. We're going to save that, and here's where I want to see if this is going to work. So, we have a mechanical user that we could potentially set up. I need iron and sticks. So I'll take some iron. I just want to see how well this is actually going to function. We're going to cut up some ender pearls using a glass cutter. So ender pearls, we're also going to need some redstone. So there we go, that'll give us ender shards. And of course those don't have EMC, which is fine. We're just going to take these do. So there we go. Alright, so that should be good. Let's talk about mechanical users. We're going to need a dropper, all of which we should be able to make pretty easy. So there's a dropper. Of course, a lever is super easy. I want to save this dropper. And dropper, lever, one of those, mechanical user. Okay. So mechanical user is one part. Project E has, if I can make it, which I should be able to, an Evertide amulet. It's going to require some dark matter, 3 of them, and 6 water buckets. So an Evertide amulet. There we go. Awesome. So we have this. Let's go ahead and set this up, and then we're going to go through our quests. I know I have a lot of quest rewards to claim, and then we'll go ahead and do that. But the Petal Apothecary I'm going to set right here, and let's see if we can get this to work. I think I need to place it like so, and then put this in the top right-hand slot, and I want to right-click with it. So, upper left-hand slot, right-click, generic click, use item on block. Okay. So it completely skipped where I wanted it to place. I wonder... Activate item? Okay. So activate item with block. That's what we need it to be set to. And look at that! Our Petal Apothecary is basically automated. Oh man. Yeah, that's that's a really good use for that, that thing, by the way. So now that we have that done, we can really start getting into some Botania. Alright, so, with the Petal Apothecary, let's take a look at Botania stuff. We need a... Oh, well, we need white petals, right? We just need a bunch of white petals and seeds. Because we have to get this set up. I'm also going to go... I'm going to go ahead and... apple. Gold. We gotta solve this issue here of us being starving all the time. Let's take a golden apple, and we're going to make ourselves a Gluttony Charm. It's going to require some wheat and string, and bam, we should be able to make ourselves a Gluttony Charm. This thing's going to be really helpful. Put it in our bauble slot, and now, yeah, we can eat like instantly. It doesn't even matter what we have on us. Alright, so there we go. Perfect. Let's go ahead and make ourselves a few flowers. I'm also going to grab some wood in the form of logs and stone. That should be very helpful for us. Also, I ended up getting myself this Omni-Tool. I want to try this out when it comes to breaking the blocks and see how fast this thing is. This thing's pretty cool. It shoots, and it also can break blocks with the other click. So it's a weapon, and it's also, you know, kind of does some other things. But I got it from mob drops, and yeah, I thought that was a pretty interesting thing. So, what we should be able to do is not have to worry, basically, about filling this with water, right? So we should just need an empty hand, like that. Right click. Right click. Oh, that is so nice. There we go. And then we can utilize this tool. How cool is this tool? Look at that. I wonder if it works. Oh, it does. I was going to say, it does. Okay, so some things it doesn't work with. I don't want to do that then. If it doesn't work with everything, yeah, I don't want to mess with that. Okay, so technically we have everything and we're ready to go. Before we get too ahead of ourselves, right? Let's see. So none of this can be EMC'd. We have living wood, living rock. Living wood lets us make some twigs, which will get us a wand. This will get us a mana pool. Let's go ahead and start working on a few things. We need petal. And what color do I want? Well, you guys probably know. Orange and cyan. I always go with that. Yeah, you guys should know that by now. I love my wand. All right. And now we can kind of get started. We need some more petals, which I think we have. And yeah, we need to start working on Indoflames. That's one. So Indoflames and getting automation set up for that. So I'm going to go ahead and get some stuff ready, get those things made up, and we're going to get started with the full automation. So as I'm working on this, I realize, you know, I might want to go ahead and upgrade myself so I don't have to continue walking back and forth. So what I can do is I can take a energy condenser, make sure I have my transmutation table, place it in here, and then give this a few things like that, and it'll make a bunch of them. Then I can just place down a transmutation table, place the transmutation inside, of course, and give myself back the EMC. And we can go ahead and break this, no big deal. Perfect. And now I should be able to take some dark matter blocks, 4 of them, the transmutation table, and make myself a tablet using some stone. I think that was regular stone, right? Yeah. And there we go. Should be able to make this. Awesome. So, there we go. Now we have a nice little handheld tablet that we can keep on our side whenever we need to use it. Look at that. We can just go ahead and pop it open, and bam, we have our stuff. Okay, so now that we have that done, I do have a bunch of Indoflames. I have a bunch of stuff ready to go. The only thing I am missing was a bit of living wood, just so I can make some more mana spreaders. Right? Am I doing this wrong? Where's my mana spreaders? Right? Oh, of course I'm doing it wrong. Yeah, we need a bit more. So let's go ahead and finish that. There we go. Make a few more mana spreaders. And I'm going to go ahead and get those things lined up. And what I'll do, I'm going to have one here, one here. We're going to have a bunch of mana spreaders on this thing. Because we're going to be feeding this with a lot of coal. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on in this mana pool specifically. The Indo Flames, I'm just going to go ahead and wrap Indo Flames in all the other spots. This is not the most efficient way, but this is definitely going to generate some some mana for me. There we go. And once we get this one spot, things are going to get a little bit nicer for us. Actually, I probably need to lift these up off the ground one, now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, lift these up off the ground. I'm also going to re-break all of my my flowers and replace them. There we go. So yeah, let's lift these up off the ground. One. That way we can place those flowers underneath. Just like that. I really do like that tool. I just wish it worked on like stone and stuff. What if it has something to do with the harvest level? No, it just doesn't break that one block. Interesting. It does it really fast. Because, I mean, it works on here. It works at range. I really do like this thing. Alright, so, like I said, we're just going to place these down. They should automatically link to the proper one as we place them down. There we go. And like I said, this is going to consume a lot of coal or charcoal. So, man oh man, this whole area. Let's go ahead and link these. I should have my wand on me. So, shift right click. And then shift right click on the mana pool. Oh, make sure we linked here. There we go. And all should be headed towards this one mana pool. This is going to be pretty ridiculous. So, let's get our charcoal. And we're going to make ourselves a charcoal block. And yeah, we're going to use some charcoal blocks down here. Now, I am going to be able to automate this using charcoal blocks. Should not take too much. That should be starting up. There we go. Everything should be fed. And we should be looking pretty good. Awesome. So, I'm going to take some living rock, place that directly over top here. And I actually need to place another one on top of that. And here we're going to get the automation set up. So to set up the operation and automation of this, I'm going to take the slab being placed right above. We should be able to put a pressure plate there. Above that is going to go an open crate, right? And that's what we're going to be trying to get to. Then we're going to need a slab coming off like that. Remember, we're going to have a hopper going this way into the crate. And this is just because I have this specific area that I'm heading towards. Redstone is going to go here. And what we can do is actually put a redstone signal going up like that on the block below. Like that. Let's go ahead and break this top piece. And I'll kind of show you the little redstone magic that is going to go on here. So what we can do is we can put redstone here, and redstone up here. So when a block is dropped on here, it'll activate a redstone signal, preventing this from outputting any charcoal block. And you'll see, until this consumes it, it will not output another charcoal block. And that's technically automation for this, right? So that should work, and that is very, very simple. Super, super simple automation. Let's go ahead and head down. And it doesn't even look that bad. I don't think that setup actually looks that bad at all. Alright, so to make this even more automated, let's get a personal EMC link. And what we can do is take that and get some charcoal. Make sure we go, okay, we're going to export from the personal EMC link. And we can get a hopper. I guess it doesn't really matter. A hopper will work. Just to input to the side of the other hopper. Now you can use a pipe or whatever you feel like. I'm just going to use this for right now, because that is definitely going to keep that fueled. But a hopper will allow you to automatically pull out. Because that redstone's on the top, you don't want to kind of mess with it there. So we're going to put this on the side. Personal EMC link here. And what you can do is actually export items by putting this right here in that slot. And what it's going to do is automatically pull out charcoal blocks and fill this inventory, because this is of course pulling from here, and it's going to use our internal EMC buffer, which is awesome. So it's going to keep this full, as you can see, and it's also going to keep this buffer full once that one fills up. And there we go. So that works. This is technically fully automated. Now, something that I want to do before this gets too out of hand is get ourselves, well, I guess I could do it over here. Get ourselves some iron. Just like so. And we're going to, use some of this, because we already have tons built up in here. We're going to use this to get ourselves some iron. And of course, this stuff has some EMC. And we're going to use that to make ourselves a mana spreader. Right here. And this will allow us to have some more mana pools that are next to one another. That way we're not just filling up one mana pool, we have multiple mana pools. So we need to break these flowers here specifically. I'm going to go ahead and break this mana pool. I have no need for it right yet. But there's that. There's that. And I think that's about it. We need a couple more mana pools, but of course we're gonna play some stone down for that. But that should be about it for our early game Botania setup. I don't know, guys. What do you think? I think that's why I said these rooms are gonna be really, really nice. I'm gonna have another one of these set up over here, and then later on we'll be able to upgrade this and not use. We'll be able to use cake instead of our current EMC production. And I want to make a giant mana battery. That's my plan. That's my future plan anyways. So we're going to get some more of this done. This is still something that you have to do though at this point. And if you guys already have seen my Botania series, Botania is one of my favorite tech magic mods. Oh, it's so good. And yeah, here's that point where it's going to kind of slow down because we're waiting for this to pick up all of those blocks. But eventually it will work. And then it'll wrap itself back around. But anyways, that's it for Botania here. Alright, so the moment you guys have all been waiting for, we're going to go ahead and complete some quests. Do some of that. Let's go ahead and complete some of these rewards. Oh boy. This one gives us a random reward. I don't know what we get out of this. We got uranium seeds. Okay, that might actually be really helpful later on. We're getting a lot of beast coin and another random reward. Clay. Oh man. We got true clay there. So this one is almost complete. This is where we did a lot of stuff though, was through Project E. We got a tool reward. Botania, which we didn't make any of the altars or anything like that. We'll do that in the future. And then, of course, we did all of the diamond armor. Of course, I'm wearing diamond armor, so that totally makes sense. And that's everything. How much beast coin do we have now? 44,000 beast coin. Man, oh man. Okay. So, yeah, that's really good. I actually want to keep that seed, that uranium seed. That's a tier 5 seed. Holy moly. And clay. At least we got clay. Alright, so we have some custom things down here that I want to look at. We have these legendary loot crates that we ended up picking up through these mob drops. And yeah, there's 3 of them. And the stuff you can get in these are kind of ridiculous. For some of them, the Fabulous Mana Pool would be kind of interesting to get right now, just because it looks good. But there's some inventory pets, more EMC stuff. I mean, let's see what we get. Okay, so we got a rainbow generator and we got another star. Guys, we got another star. This black hole pet slows time and eats obsidian nuggets. I wonder what the slows time exactly means. and what it does. Okay. That's kind of weird. Okay, so apparently it does a thing when you shift right click with it. We'll have to look into some more of those inventory paths. And then of course we ended up getting a rainbow generator. Out of all things, a rainbow generator. So we need to clean up some of these things that we're getting down here. To do that, we need some EMC links, personal EMC links. I'm going to use one of them because they are kind of expensive. You have to keep that in mind. So we're going to route basically these items from these chests over here. We're going to kind of clean this up a little bit. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and get some item routing and get these things all sorted up. So that way, things that are EMCable can be piped through here. So I'm just going to use some transfer nodes for this. And we do need a hammer. And so let's go ahead and see what we can't route to here, right? So I do want to pull out of these two sides. It's going to be a little bit more difficult over here, as I don't know how exactly I'm going to get down there. Maybe a bucket of water would work. Would that be too dangerous? Might be too dangerous, actually, to route these with water. I mean, if I'm going to route it with water, I might as well go from the bottom. Don't you think? Might as well go from the bottom with all of it. Okay, so I think I have a way better solution, now that I've had some time to think about it, that will fix our issue, hopefully. There is a filter that we can make with some yellow dye and paper. So let's try this. Let's go ahead and make this. I'm going to use Advanced Collectors and actually use their filter system and see how well this works. So this has a couple of item slots. And the thing that I want to filter out, of course, are these Android parts and these power things. We also have the Omni-Tool and these pistols. That is nothing else should be a big deal. So you should be able to put this in here. All of these different things. And that should go, you know, okay. So we want to, or dictionary. There's nothing here to or dictionary. Check metadata. Probably not. Check MBT. No. Alright, and we're going to whitelist this, I believe. So we only want these items going in, so it needs to be whitelisted. And that should be what I want to do for a very specific filter. Okay, so now that we have that set, that should be saved. Perfect. Let's go in here. Let's get a, let's see, crate. And this crate that we can set over here, this is going to have that on there. It's going to have that filter in it. And of course we can increase the radius. Our Y radius I don't need so high, but I'm going to do that to 9. Alright, so that should only pick up Android parts, if I'm not mistaken. Of course these other ones, let's go ahead and remove these because these are going to start getting in the way soon. Alright, so technically, at the moment, this should only pick up Android parts and guns. And it shouldn't pick up this yellow... Okay, so it doesn't pick that up. Good, 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 good. Alright, so if we put an advanced filter on here, the only thing it should be able to pick up is essence. Here, it should only be able to pick up potions on that side. This should only be able to pick up certain things. And that should only be able to pick up crates, because it's the only thing there. And then this will export all of the things that the crate makes to here. And then I guess we could pull all this stuff out. I think I want to keep this here specifically. So that should drop out. And we need to increase the range on these to probably 9. Just so it can pick up from everywhere. And this is going to be way faster. than any other way that I was doing it. Using this, psst, yeah, no, we don't want to do that anymore. We want to do it this way. And we should be able to click on here and see how many items are stored. See it being pulled over here automatically. Awesome, that is working. And what I can do, I guess, is just throw these all on the ground. See if it picks them up. It should pick up everything. Things should get put in here. Oh yeah, that's going to work way better. Of course, we can get this looking a little bit nicer by putting them in the corners and things. But this little setup is working good. We can actually remove this now. We should be able to clear all this out and just completely drop our entire inventory here. And this should now pick up everything. Turn it directly into EMC. So it's got a lot of things in it now. That's the only thing I'm concerned about, is how that is actually going to function. But yeah, this actually should work pretty good. We're going to use advanced filters to automatically pick up specific things. Hopefully our Android, and these won't get backed up because they don't have an internal buffer as far as I know. The only other thing we need is some way to collect XP, and we can collect XP and start saving that stuff. Yeah, there shouldn't be anything else going into these, so time for me to clear these out. Let's pick up our water. There we go, and yeah, we can start breaking these. Oh yeah, this is going to be way better. I think we can ore excavate that. Perfect. So, let's go ahead and fix our floor. We're looking good. This is going to be great. So yeah, we have this little area set up here. Unfortunately, this probably needs to be moved just to make it a little bit better. But, I mean, for right now, it's going to work, and we don't have to worry about it. There shouldn't be any items getting left on the ground. This should be picking up everything, doing its thing, sorting everything. Look at this. Oh my gosh. We do need to figure this out. Man, oh man. Yeah. These need to be pulled out of here. Basically, all this stuff should, for the most part, be able to be dumped in the floor and then picked back up and fixed. Some things that I don't know. I think we have most of the ore done. Most of the ore gathered. I don't know if this was ever like addressed, but I do remember there was some stuff that if you put you go to put items in here, like you just learn them, it wouldn't actually store them in here. Like it wouldn't store them in your actual EMC table, so I wouldn't learn the recipe. But I don't know if that's been changed. That might have been changed. Well, guys, I think this is going to be it for today's episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed today and learned a little bit about Botania, or learned how to automate something that maybe you haven't done before. So anyways, guys, I hope to see you guys in the next episode. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button, I highly recommend doing so. Also, we have a wonderful community over on our Discord, so you can find links down in the description below. If you guys don't mind hopping over on that Discord, joining the conversation, we do have some cool stuff that goes on over there. But anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next episode. As always, thanks for watching.